In this video, we are going to explore how to convert SI units of capacity or metric units of capacity. In previous videos, we've compared the difference between volume and capacity, and we said that volume, the volume of an object is how much space it takes up in our environment, and capacity refers to how much we can fill an object with something or the amount of space inside of it. Okay? We will often hear capacity used when it comes to liquids, like how much liquid we can put in a container or in a beaker or in a cup or something like that. The SI units or metric units of capacity are milliliters, liters, and kiloliters, etc. However, milliliters and liters are the most commonly used units. So over here, I have the capacity unit conversions. These are the metric ones. You will find these in your formula sheet. However, it's good practice to write them down in your notes just so you can get used to them. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. 1 kiloliter is equal to 1,000 liters. And this should become very predictable because we're using those prefixes that we learned in the first part of this unit, right? So the milli, centi, kilo, hecto, all of those, okay? Now, the next three conversions are interesting because we're comparing volume and capacity. So the first one is we're comparing volume, so cubic centimeters, to milliliters. So imagine I had 1 cubic centimeter of water. That would equal 1 milliliter of water, okay? The next one, we're comparing liters and centimeters cubed. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 centimeters cubed. And that makes sense because if you look at the liters here, 1 liter we said is equal to 1,000 milliliters, right? If I want to convert that to cubic centimeters, well, they're always equal to each other. Centimeters cubed and milliliters are always the same. So 1,000 milliliters would be 1,000 cubic centimeters, okay? And lastly, we have 1 cubic meter is equal to 1,000 liters. So that's a lot. So imagine that 1 liter is one of those long, skinny cartons of milk. Okay, so 1 cubic centimeter is like 1,000 of those. Okay, all right. So let's erase all of this and try some examples. Now, when you see me working through these examples, you'll notice that the strategy that we're using is pretty much the same as the strategy we used when we converted units of length. Okay, so the logic is the same. We're just using different conversion facts. So let's start with the first one. 250 milliliters equals how many liters? When converting from milliliters to liters. So we need the conversion fact. So we're going to go to our formula sheet. We're going to find the relationship between milliliters and liters. So it is right here, milliliters and liters. What I like to do is I like to write the conversion fact near my question so that I don't have to keep thinking about it, okay? So right next to my question, I'm going to write 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters, okay? And you'll notice for all future questions, I already did that just to save some time. So all of these I got from the table above, from the formula sheet. All right, so back to our question. We have our conversion fact. Now I'm going to write it underneath my question, underneath my number sentence. And remember how we have to line up our units. So here milliliters comes first, so I'm going to write this first. So that's 1,000 milliliters equals, and then 1 liter. And this will help me determine what operation I need to use because I know I'm going from here to here, right? So how does 1,000 become 1? Well, we divide by 1,000. Whoops, that looks like a plus. Let's fix that. Here we go. Divide by 1,000. Okay? So here I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to divide by 1,000. Now input this into your calculator. 250 divided by 1,000, you will get 0.25. And that's the answer. If your calculator gave you 0.250, that's also okay. All right, now let's move on to the next example here. Same procedure, same strategy. This time though, we're converting from liters to milliliters, so we switch things around. We still use the same relationship between liters and milliliters, okay? So now what we're going to do, we're going to line up the units. So 1 liter is equal to 1,000 milliliters. To go from here to here, the numbers are getting bigger. We multiply by 1,000. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. So here I also multiply by 1,000. And the answer is 62 times 1,000 is 62,000 milliliters. And that is the answer. Okay, next question. We're converting from centimeters cubed to milliliters. This is the relationship that I got from my formula sheet. So I'm going to write it down underneath my question. 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. This one is really interesting because really they're equal, right? So here they're equal. The answer is 48. No math is necessary. So 1 is equal to 1. So 48 is going to equal 48, right? Okay, next question. We have 2.8 liters. How many centimeters cubed is that? So this is my conversion fact from my formula sheet. I'm going to write it underneath my question. And to go from 1 to 1,000, we multiply by 1,000. So here I'm going to multiply by 1,000. 2.8 times 1,000 is 2,800. And that's my final answer. Okay, last example. We are converting from liters to cubic meters. This is my conversion fact from my formula sheet. I'm going to write the liters first so I can line these up. Equals 1 meters cubed. To go from 1,000 to 1, we divide by 1,000. So here I'm going to divide by 1,000. So the answer, once you input it into your calculator, will be 0.425 square meters. And that's it. So now we will stop here, and in the next video, we are going to go over some word problems relating SI units of capacity.